You are 30 years old and you are afraid of aging. You talk about it constantly. You ask people questions about how they feel. They might be 3 years older than you and you're asking them about aging. Do you realize what you're doing? Didn't anybody tell you that you began aging the minute you were born? From the moment you were released from your mother's womb, your aging process has begun that day. And guess what? It will continue until you exit this planet Earth. Aging is part of being alive, and there is nothing you can do about it. But you know what concerns me is that I have 3 questions to ask you. Why now? Why are you concerned about aging at 30 when you could have had so much fun worrying about it those past 30 years? If you had worried about aging from the time you could think, you would have your PhD in worrying about aging. And now you would be a professor teaching worrying about aging. Maybe you would have found some answers, but there are no answers to be had. Aging is a natural process, and worrying about it is not going to make it go. You have to realize that where you are is exactly where you are supposed to be on this journey called life. When we worry about things we cannot control, we are neglecting the things that we can control. You are 30. You have a wonderful career above you. You have this amazing career that you're in right now. You're earning vast amount of money, much more money than your parents earned when they were your age. Do you think they were worrying about not having anything except aging? I'm going to get old. Do you think your parents were worrying about going to get old? Really? I don't think so. I think they were concerned about feeding you, clothing you, sheltering you, and taking care of themselves and trying to make sure that they live a fulfilled life while taking on all the responsibilities of you if you have siblings. So this is something you need to let go. And if it is such a hard thing for you to let go, look around you. Try to be grateful for what you have. Gratitude is the key to stop worrying about what you cannot control. Step out of yourself for a moment and take a look around you and be joyful and grateful and happy and excited that you are 30 years old now and you have an opportunity to step into a future that you can design yourself. So worrying about aging is not going to make this aging thing stop. And it's time you come to the conclusion. Aging is a beautiful, amazing time of your life. Maybe you're not seeing it that way, but look at it from other women who have aged and have done it. I'm not going to say gracefully. I am going to say they did it their way. They chose their way. They took it on, they stepped into it, and they chose to live their life and go ahead with the journey and taste the process on the way. And when it came time for the clock to stop, they left a legacy. Their children and their children's children talk about it. And you, at 30, are concerned about aging? We can control a lot of things. We can choose what type of sex our children are. We can choose the color of their eyes. We can go in and choose the color of their skin. But we cannot stop them from aging. We can't stop ourselves from aging, and if all our learned people, we still cannot stop aging. We marvel at women and men who live over 100 years. We ask them what they did to live that way and be healthy. And many times the things that they tell you and I, or we hear that they've said, we want to cover our ears. They said they enjoy love making. They made love whenever they had an opportunity to enjoy love making. They had a drink if they wanted to. Whether it was moonshine or a fine scotch, they had it. These people enjoy their life. They laugh, they talk, they inspired others. They stimulate their senses. They learned from others. They asked questions. They invented. They tried new things. They scaled mountains. They tried to get to the moon. They got to the moon. But nothing tells you on the way of trying to touch the moon, I was thinking of how old I will be. They did not do that. They stayed on top of the world and they said to the world, bring it on. What next? They climbed mountains. They did things that none of us could think of doing today in some cases. They were trailblazers. They opened opportunities for us everywhere, but not once they said to you or me, we hear them say, hey, through all of that, I was so afraid of aging. They didn't. And there we are at 30 years old. You are afraid of aging? I cannot tell you aging is a horrible thing. I will be celebrating my 76th birthday on May 10th, and I am feeling like I am on top of the world because I am. I wake up charged and ready to go. So this is the question I ask you. Why worry about something you cannot control? What can you control? You want to live a fulfilled life? Then embrace the 5 pillars of prosperity. That's what I can teach you to do. Watch your emotional prosperity. Watch your mental prosperity. Watch your physical prosperity. And then when you're in doubt, give the heavens above a fighting chance and give spirituality a chance. Make money, earn your money, spend your money, stand up on your own 2 feet and say, I am in charge of me. Do the things that are active and wonderful for you to do now. Do not concern yourself about aging because none of us can stop aging. But we can enjoy the journey. All the decades bring some joy. All the decades has freedom. From birth to 10, you started to be assertive. From 11 to 20, you became you. 21 to where you are today, you are making a choice to say you are concerned about aging? Really? When you can be concerned about what can I do for myself that's going to make me feel like $1 million, even if I do not have $1 million. That's what you concern yourself about. Stand up and shake it off. Shake that feeling that you're concerned about aging. Did somebody tell you what will happen to you when you get older? Has somebody told you that you are going to have a really hard time when you get older? That's what I want to know. Has somebody told you of what will happen to you as you age? Have you looked at a picture and you have decided, I do not want to look like that? Guess what? You will never look like that. Even if you look at your parents, your grandparents aging, you still won't look like them because you are uniquely you. And your aging process is uniquely yours. And you have to realize what happened to them through their aging does not necessarily have to happen to you. There are choices and decisions you can make today that will affect your life tomorrow. We can make choices and decisions that will affect the life we live tomorrow. So instead, at 30, you're worrying at aging, shake it off. Make some decisions to make sure the life you live as you're aging is going to be uniquely yours. What it is you would like to do from 30 to 39. What are you going to do from 40 to 49? What are you doing from 50 to 59? And you can say, what am I going to do from 88 to 99? You can do that too. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So you're afraid of aging? What are you afraid of aging about? What in aging you're afraid about? All the things that you could write in a book with a pen that you are afraid of as you age, take that and look at them and then say, what can I do? Contrast that. What can I do? I do not understand your fears. I don't know them yet, but you're constantly saying you're afraid of aging. and you're 30. So write all the things down that you're afraid of aging on the left side of the page. On the right side of the page, begin to write what you can do to avoid the left side of the page. And you will find that you can do whatever you desire to do so you do not experience the left side of the page. Simple. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you're so afraid of aging, do what you think will stop you from aging. Nobody's going to stop you. It's your choice. Nobody can tell you not to do those things. It's your choice. But please stay away from watching the aging journey of others and deciding that yours will be the same or worse. Don't worry yourself about that. Use that magnificent, healthy 30-year-old brain and imagine the life you want. Dream the life you want. Aging is not a controllable asset. Aging is not a controllable thing. Aging is not a controllable thing that is within your reach, no matter how much you worry about it. The more emphasis you put on aging, the more things about aging that are disturbing will show up to you. Because what you contemplate, that's what you become. So if I were you, I would step out of that spot you are in now and move to the spot mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially that you want to be. Unless you embrace the 5 pillars of prosperity and use them as your guide to live a fulfilled life, you will always be worrying about things you cannot control. That's just how it is. So step up to the plate. Take advantage of where you are. Look around you. See what you can do. Of course, you can always choose to embrace life completely, absolutely. Talk positively about yourself. Make no assumptions of others. Do not take what people say about you seriously. Use impeccable and exquisite words to talk about yourself. And after all that is done, no matter what you're doing, make sure you do your best at it. And that, once you have done those things, you will live a fulfilled life. A life where worrying about aging will not be in your sight or your thoughts or in your radar. It's not going to be close to you. My name is Tessa-Marie, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where you will find the answers to love, life's true happiness and success. If you love this video, join me again, subscribe, and you will know when one of these videos are posted. I am here to tell you, you can live a vibrant and amazing and wonderful life by just following the 5 pillars of prosperity. Making sure your mental health is prosperous, your emotional health is prosperous, your physical health is prosperous, your spiritual health and connection is amazing, and your financial life is prosperous. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you when another video is dropped. Have fun.